Hey, Drewz Viewz here, back to react to Peaky Blinders. I am now up to the conclusion, the finale of Season 2, which is Episode 6. I believe 6 episodes across the board in every season of this show, and I think after this there's 2 more seasons out now at least, and possibly another one on the way, something like that. But anyway, I gotta see how this season wraps up, and so far it's been a pretty entertaining season. The world's opened up a little bit, which is something I wanted from the end of Season 1. So we have a couple different factions here, Sabini, we have Solomon's, and Tommy was initially aligned with the latter, then got backstabbed, and now they're against him. So we gotta see how that wraps up this episode. Arthur's in jail. Is he gonna get out? I would assume so, but we gotta see how. And I think a lot of the action's gonna take place at the racetrack, because he has his horse, and he had the horse trainer in his bed as well. That's apparently ended now with the reappearance of Grace, who's in town with her husband trying to conceive a baby, seeing a doctor, etc. Will she be in this episode? I would assume. But they rekindled a little bit last time. Then she said it was a mistake though, so. But I don't know, I think they'll be seeing each other again, we'll see. But yeah, so I gotta imagine we're gonna see the derby, as they call it here, the big race, and puts his plan there. He also has a plan to assassinate the person for the government or the IRA, whatever it is. He turned things around on Campbell, who was probably planning to have him killed after the assassination, but he's saying he's gonna come to him, he's gonna do it his own way, so. Which I think is also gonna be at the derby or something like that, because he was showing him his horse at the end, or the name of it at the end, Campbell last time, and rubbing it in. Then he named it Grace's, what was it, Grace's Secret, I believe. And then when it comes to Campbell, you know, he's always been despicable, but last time he really stepped over the line with Aunt Paul and Michael, her son, have some more scenes this time, or hopefully they come to a better understanding, because it didn't leave off great with them when he got out of jail, knowing what she did to get him out. And yeah, and with Campbell, I mean, I was surprised kind of that he even made it through last season alive. I don't know if he's gonna make it out of this season alive. I'm leaning toward no. I mean, after his continued actions here, he has to go. I know Tommy's not gonna die. Anyone else potentially could, I suppose. But yeah, Campbell gots to go, and actually it would be nice if Aunt Polly did it herself, considering he wronged her the most recently, at least. But even if it's Tommy or anyone who does it, that's fine with me, as long as he's up out of here.
Just got to go.
But anyway, I'm probably forgetting a lot of stuff to recap, but I'm ready to just jump right into this thing. Can't wait any longer. Gotta see what's going down with the Peaky fucking blinders here. So let's jump right into it. There's the nag, or the stag.
The odds are not good.
So he is gonna do the killing there, that's what I thought they said.
By agents of the Crown to carry out this murder. I want the following facts to be known.
Wonder who this letter's going to.
Bullet I found this afternoon will be the starting gun for civil war in Ireland. And who committed many atrocities in the county of Cork.
Is this our first look at him in the flesh, literally?
Death, Chester Campbell.
Chester, I feel like we never really hear his first name. I didn't realize that's what it was.
In the event of my death, it is imperative he be brought to justice. I need you to post this letter.
Tommy.
Oh, so it's just to a New York Times editor or something, okay. Not a character we know.
Let's go, come on.
James, what's going on? Don't listen to him, James. He'll get you killed.
This is her gay best friend.
What errand?
For the cause, Ada.
Interesting. I wonder what this is going to be about. Arthur's still rotting in jail. Probably going through withdrawals of not having booze and cocaine.
You're getting out, Mr. Shelby.
Wonder how Tommy's getting him out.
Witnesses against you withdrew their statements.
You don't do or say anything I haven't told you. All right?
So he's going to see Solomon's? That's not conspicuous at all. Is Killian Murphy really short, and I just not noticed it till now? Because like all the last couple people I stood next to look way taller than him.
Arthur.
I guess he was one of the people that had a statement against him.
Right, so that'll be your side of the street swept up, won't it? Yeah.
Churchill letter?
This means that you can put your room in our shipments and no one at Poplar Docks.
20% paid to me of your export business. Here, that 100% of your business goes to me.
I'll give you 100% of my business.
Yeah.
It is funny.
What?
Ollie, no. Daddy understands. He understands.
No, he looks like a choir boy, but he's actually an anarchist. I stopped to tie my shoelace, and while I was doing it, I laid a hand grenade on one of your barrels. Mark 15 with wire trip. And my friend upstairs, well, he's like one of those anarchists that they blew up Wall Street, you know. And I don't care.
Should have had him pat it down.
Oh, he tied his lace, nothing else.
Yeah, but what were you doing?
Just marking the runners in the paper.
Anyone walks through that door except me, he blows the grenade. I did blow up my own pub for the insurance.
Wait, you did?
It's Tommy fucking Shelby.
You were behaving like a fucking child. This is a man's world. Listen, I'll give you 35%. That's your lot.
35.
So did he really plan it or not? I assume not, because I don't think he's obviously lying about the kid, but...
Tom getting sick of
Finn,
Oh yeah,
you don't obey orders, you don't come.
another thing that happened this season was Finn seemed to grow about 5 years in what was only supposed to be 2.
The races. The Epsom races. The Epsom Derby. Can I ask who's calling?
Should have asked that first, before he said where he was going to be.
I'm going to the station.
Come on, Michael.
You get a train, you start a new life.
I don't know, this doesn't seem likely. Paul, if I get back... Well, I don't know what her business would be unless it's to go
Do love your Michael.
take revenge on Campbell. Which I kind of said it was a possibility before. Well, if she's going on a train somewhere, then I don't know what she's doing. Or is Campbell at the race too? Okay. I guess he would be, since that's where the assassination's gonna go down. Supposedly.
I want you to send that man to his maker.
One would have to assume this is Mr.
I
Shelby.
decided to use you men because I couldn't trust the hearts and the livers of the English pansies and posies they'd given me as operatives.
Are these Northern Irishmen?
Red right hand of the Ulster Volunteer Force will not
He
let
said
you
it.
down, Mr. Campbell.
Something tells me they're not gonna succeed. Boom.
There will be an incident in the owner's enclosure, and all the coppers on the track will be diverted. All of them. They'll be looking for someone.
Looking for me. Now, while the coppers are busy with me, you will make your move on Sabini's pictures. You confiscate his takings, you destroy his licenses.
Tommy's killing all the birds with one stone here. Wouldn't expect anything less.
Time for rum and whiskey after.
Rum, since when do they drink that? Polo getting some of that 1920s advertising in. Let's see what those goldfish did for the horse.
Looks in fine shape.
You don't want me to join you? It's fine. I'll sit down here in the mud.
If you can't find me up there, I'll come and find you later.
I would have to assume Sabini's boys are packing as well. There's the target.
I have to talk to you.
Huh, they are meeting again.
I have to talk to you. I'm pregnant.
Of course.
I was right not to tell him.
I could have phoned him and lied, but I didn't.
I thought her husband was there still. Why is she phoning?
I love you, not him. I'll be waiting.
Figured something like that might happen after their conversation last time when she was talking about wanting to have a baby and thinking it was her or whatever. I'd almost thought at the time she was trying to test that and purposely try to get pregnant by him, but I guess maybe not. But
what do you think?
that's the secretary.
About the dress?
I'll do 2 buttons. Come on.
What's the work you want me to do here today, Tommy?
Be some type of distraction.
No, you told me I shouldn't do that kind of work anymore.
I just need you to isolate him is all.
No exceptions, you said.
Just keep him busy at the place marked with an X. And I'll get to you before I can start, I promise. After this, never again.
Until I have another plan.
I'll get to you, I promise, before I can start. I won't be there.
Still putting a lot of faith in this plan. I mean, things usually work out for him, but I feel bad for her. I wonder what she was about to tell him, then she changed her mind. It's like, well, I have to do it. Like, what if he had money on this race or something? I wanted to watch it first. I mean, this plan does seem a little interesting. There's a black guy in there. I mean, we saw the whole racism angle in the other recent episode. They didn't want him in their bar, you know, the kid. But and this time, I don't know if it was like America or something this race was. I'm sure that wouldn't be happening. I guess England's different, but still a little surprising.
I actually trust you to do this.
Of course you do that, right? You have him doing.
Measure of respect developing between us.
Only saying it because he thinks he's going to be able to kill him.
I think not.
Oh, I think not. She loves me. And all you got was a bullet.
Ahead of you is damnation. But I have the love of God and the certainty of salvation.
That salvation might be coming sooner rather than later, Inspector.
I know you did to Polly.
Ooh, so he does know.
And it'll be me, Dad. Or you. But whoever it is. He'll wake up in hell tomorrow.
It's 2 good actors, man. In the latrine. Come on, Tommy.
Should we take this off first, shall we?
The king will be coming this way after the race. This area is secure. You'll have to go round.
Damn it. I knew something was gonna happen, but... Oh, Jesus, shoot him first. Tommy, you fucked this all up. She's gonna have to do it. I mean, I like to see that he's not infallible, or he's fallible and he fucks up a lot, but yeah, I feel really bad for her. As usual, it's someone else who gets hurt.
Officers, I was taking a shit and...
I heard voices, Irish voices, and I heard a shot. I swear to God, there's a soldier lying dead here.
Come on, good bones, show them guns.
Finn's getting his first taste of the action.
My boys are on the track. They're having a little bonfire. Gaming licenses, you know. You place too much reliance on the police for your security, Mr. Sabini.
Was breaking your promise with Alfie Solomons.
Ah, so that helped to the rekindling there.
You fucking lose, you fucking gypsy bastard!
I still know that those are his cops, or his Campbell's guys. Who's gonna save him?
Just going for a wee drive, Mr. Shelby.
Are these two gonna meet? That would appear.
And you're the woman who he said was going to sail away. You have any idea where he is?
What do you know about Tommy's future?
The applications will be denied, of course. And all the pictures will be allocated instead to Tommy's bookies. I know because I'll make sure of it.
There's business. And there's love.
Is there?
My name is Grace.
Oh, I guess because of the horse.
A very good day, sir. Thank. Sorry, I must go.
It's gonna be Polly.
Goodbye.
You wouldn't do that here.
Campbell never gets tired of being shot by women.
Some part of you.
I have no bots.
Some part of you wanted me as well. Some part of my soul.
Pull the trigger
That
on
is
him.
to me and curious that it should be you.
Come on. Thank you. Bang.
Don't fuck with the Peaky Blinders.
Alright, now make your escape. I wonder if she killed anyone before. Probably. What couldn't have happened to a nicer guy? I wonder if they're gonna do a cliffhanger about how Tommy survives, or we're gonna see here. Oh, with her right there. Yeah, Polly needs to borrow that coat. Cover the bloodstain.
Hey, were you working? Tops of the brace is the worst, you know that.
Kings! Kings of the fucking world!
John, I don't see the same thing in your eyes that I see in Tommy's. You should get out.
No, they should have killed him right there. I mean, I guess drive off the premise, but they should kill him as soon as possible. Classic mistake. The grave already dug. I really don't know how he's gonna get out of this. He always foresees what's gonna happen, but does he have a grenade on him or something? Maybe that's it.
So fucking close.
Nearly got fucking everything!
I mean, I know he's not gonna die here.
Mr. Churchill will want to speak to you in person, Mr. Shelby.
Okay.
He has a job for you.
So Churchill Mall. Interesting. So I really did think he was gonna die. He had no plan. Which I like that also. Was that side good that he's fallible?
Savior knows my name. All my tears be washed away.
The end? Nope. Gotta see Arthur Bologna.
Who's gonna stop us, eh?
Well, lucky what happened with Tommy, or else they'd probably be stopped pretty easily with you in charge, Arthur. I guess and Polly still, but I would like to see if she made it out of the racetrack, to be fair. Nope, that I do. Season gonna end with him and Michael. Also, did he walk all the way back to Birmingham?
What Polly wants
Polly gets.
will always be a mystery to me.
I want to make real money.
Of course you do. But it's not a good idea.
I'm planning on getting married.
How are you now? Even though you stood your baby mama up at the racetrack? Oh, I'm sure she'll get over it. Unless that would be the ultimate twist and he decides to marry, what's her name? I still can't remember, the trainer. Alright, Cillian Murphy. Great actor, great performance this episode especially. And Sam Neill, another great actor, but you know, I'm not sorry to see the back of him in this series. His character was just too despicable. Had to go. I got what I wanted there, even down to Polly killing him, which I guess was predictable enough that she'd be the one to do it, but glad it happened. It said a lot about actors that are playing villainous characters, and I certainly agree with it here, that if they really make you hate them, they're doing a good job, which is definitely what Sam Neill did there, so good on him. With the other villains, so Sabini got fucked over, obviously, but he's still alive, unless they implied that they'd killed him, which I don't think happened. You know, they burned all his cards or whatever the word is for, you know, the bookie stuff, the betting stuff. And then so he's back on board with Solomon there. You know, that was, so a lot of things in this episode. I'm saying Tommy's infallible. It still worked out for him ultimately, but and it'll definitely be interesting next season to see what Churchill has in store for him. But you know, Tommy was like relying on a lot of things to happen here, and then so that he, I guess, put some of this other stuff in motion when he knew that Solomon was open to working with him again, which I guess he got screwed over by Sabini again, so that was dumb. Sabini, obviously. He doesn't seem like the smartest guy, I guess, but you know, the whole ploy then at the beginning with the grenade worked well, and I'm glad that it seems like they're back on the same side for now, at least. Hopefully Tom Hardy keeps showing up on the show a lot. He's great too, of course. His character's always been entertaining so far too, pretty funny and menacing at the same time. You know, it was mostly Tommy and Campbell here, a little bit of Polly, a little bit of Grace. The brothers and a lot of other characters didn't get too much to do here, but and even in the season, like John didn't have to do much in the season at all, I would say, really. Arthur had a significant storyline, which is going to keep continuing, I think. The PTSD, the drugs, all this, all that, feeling, you know, not as good as Tommy and all that sort of thing. He might have gotten over that last one at least by now, but and family-wise, the main storyline this season, you know, I'm kind of doing like a season recap now, even though this is fresh just from watching the episode, but the season-wise, the family thing was obviously Michael, and Michael at least seems smarter than Tommy's brother, so, you know, I could see it being kind of a Godfather thing, like Tommy is the Michael Corleone, and Michael is the, blanking on Godfather here, that's bad, but, you know, the Robert Duvall character, the consigliere type of thing. I could see it, you know, being that type of relationship. He seems like the closest, a protege certainly too as well. Potentially, I guess the Godfather one, they're more of like grew up together sort of thing. But I still think something bad's probably gonna happen with him. I mean, who knows? But anyone that gets in Tommy's world, usually bad things happen because of his lifestyle and his machinations. So. Obviously, it was most seen this episode with Izzy or Lizzie, I guess it is. Now, wait a minute. Now that I just think of this, because John was talking to her at the end, like they knew each other well. Was she the prostitute that he was trying to marry last season, and then Tommy put a stop to that and did the whole Lee family hookup thing? Was that the same? And then Tommy was obviously still with her at the beginning of the season in a prostitute fashion, then made her the secretary. I never put that together, but maybe that's the same character, or, you know, maybe I'm completely wrong on that one, but the only reason I thought of that, because I don't remember what she looked like in that, she was only in the one scene, I think, in season 1, but the only reason I thought that is because John was talking to her at the end, but I don't know, I have to see if that's the case, but I feel super bad for her, and Tommy is still a bastard, you know, he's not as bad as Campbell, certainly not as hypocritical, just part of the reason that Campbell's the worst, and I love the scene, the part where, especially in the part in the scene where Tommy is telling him, you know, one of us will die today. It was almost both of them, but one of us will die today, but whichever one it is winding up in hell. Like, you really know better, Campbell. Your false righteousness, whether you believe it or not, which who knows if he really does. I don't know. People can lie to themselves, but he had to know at least somewhat that he's a bad guy. But, yeah, with Lizzie, that really sucked. So, just another example of, you know, Tommy still being bad for people, obviously, and, you know, he obviously didn't want that to happen, but his plans can't always work out completely. Still ended up working mostly, but she got hurt, so. I would like some redemption for her next season if she stays around as a character, but, you know, a tragedy. It's a drama, not a tragedy, I guess necessarily, but it's a drama. I know I want to cut the video off soon here, but it's one of the things if I sit and think about, you know, especially the season as a whole, I'd probably have more to say. So I'll probably, with season 3, episode 1 reaction, I'll probably put a few more minutes up top of going over season 2 a little bit, what I expect for season 3 sort of thing. But I do expect Grace and Tommy to get together here. So I don't know what's going to go on with their husband, but, you know, maybe they divorce or whatever if he tells her. Who knows what happens, but probably something dramatic, but I do expect them to get together. I expect there to be issues with Michael here that maybe will put Polly and Tommy at odds again. And I certainly expect even more wrap up or even more escalation with Sabini here. He's not going away after this one, so maybe a full-out gang war in that front. We'll see what Tom Hardy does, what Solomons does, but and I expect Tommy, you know, will he learn any of his lesson at all, or will he just keep chugging along trying to get to the top with all his plans and schemes that mostly work out? I have a feeling he will, but who knows? We'll see. I'm excited for season 3. I'll be back next time with that one. And until then, this has been Drewz Viewz, Peaky fucking, you know, I always say Peaky fucking Blinders, but Arthur at the end, he said Peaky fucking Blinders season 2. Well, he didn't say the season 2 part, but you know, Peaky fucking Blinders. That's been that. Subscribe to this channel if you like this, if you enjoy these reactions, or check out some other ones too if there's anything you're interested in. Not a huge amount of crossover with other shows I'm doing in this, but you know, I like to have a wide range. Like a lot of different types of genres and shows. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one, and I'm out of here. Peace.
It's all part of Tommy's plan. Apparently.